We have another caller. This gentleman is named Dan Gurski. He's from Fallbrook, Montana. Dan Gurski, are you on the line? I'm here with Jordan Schlansky.
Yeah, hi guys. Hey Conan.
Hey, it's just Conan, not Conan. Hey Dan, how are you?
Doing well, thanks. Thanks.
Do you have a?
It's Gurski, G-U, not G-E, S-R-S-K-I, not Y.
Yeah, I got it. G-E-R-S-K-Y.
G-U-R.
G-E-R-S-K-Y.
G-U, not E-R-S-K-Y.
Oh, G-U. But Dan,
not I.
Dan, do you understand that it's pronounced the same? So
yeah, I know, but
you corrected him.
The spelling is quite different. Now, I know your producer was getting it wrong a lot, so I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay, Dan.
I've never said his name. I've never written it. I've never said it. Never even heard it.
Did he?
I don't know.
I don't think you were no, I think you were.
Oh, a different producer.
I think you were talking about a different producer.
Oh, okay.
We established just now that Jordan probably feels inadequate, and he dreams a lot about losing his teeth, and we realized that means inadequacy, and that's why when they said that maybe a producer made a mistake, he thought we were talking about him. Even though no one said you, Jordan.
There are two of us here. One of us is a producer.
No, Frank Smiley is here, producer.
Yes. Yeah.
That
was my mistake. I apologize, Mr. Gurski.
Okay. Anyway, you're calling from Montana, and do you have a question for Jordan Schlansky?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure this is the right outlet for my question. I never did. I'm a first-time caller on this show and a first-time listener. I haven't listened to it before. So.
Well, this is the first episode we've done of the show, the Conan and Jordan Show. So we've never done one before, and quite frankly, I'm not sure we'll ever do another one. I'm seconds from bashing his face in with a mallet. Yeah. But do you have a question?
More and more.
What's that?
Yeah, my question is, it's again, I don't know if this is the right outlet. I live in Fallbrook, Montana, about 123 miles outside of Missoula.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, population of 29,000, small town. But I have an opportunity to work in Rampart's Garage and Towing. It's like one of the two garages we have in our town. You know, it's reputable.
Yeah.
And they asked if I have any electric car or just newer car experience, and they're all computerized now. And I have some knowledge, but mostly I work with the older cars. I have ratchet wrenches and stuff, but I mean, I don't even know. I guess my question is, how long can I fool them without my knowledge? I mean,
I see. You're being asked. I see. Modern cars, of course, have very complex electronic systems, and you're an old school guy, Dan. You've got the socket wrenches, the ball peen hammers. You've got all the tools that people could use to work on cars in the 50s and 60s, maybe even into the 70s. But then it gets tricky. So the question.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if is the air pressure in the tires the same with like a computerized vehicle, or do they fill themselves with it? I don't want to start pumping air into a tire.
Do you want to take care of this?
Oh, like a 35 psi, pounds per square inch. But I'll tell you this.
Thanks for saying that PSI is pounds per square inch.
I don't assume that everyone knows these abbreviations. I think people overuse abbreviations and acronyms. Do you know what laser stands for? Do you know what radar stands for?
Dan, do you know what those things stand for?
Guys, I'm just trying to call together. Hang on a minute.
Okay, hold. Oh, I see. Oh, Dan, you're under the gun. I understand. You've got a car you're working on.
I don't know about the PSI stuff. I'm not measuring inches and the weight of the oxygen and per square.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of curious about is there something I can do in a garage?
Is there something that he can do in a garage with his limited knowledge?
With my tools.
With his tools.
With my tools that I have, because I don't want to be jerking this guy around on this chain and not kind of know how to.
You don't say jerking this guy on his chain. You just say jerking his chain, Dan.
Not here in Fallbrook.
Oh.
No, it's all different here.
Wait, in Fallbrook you say jerking a guy around on his chain?
That's one of the things we say around here.
I bet it is.
That's for sure. You've never been to Fallbrook, I'll tell you that.
I have not. I've been to Missoula. Dan.
Missoula is another animal of a different kind, man. You're barking up the wrong dog there.
Okay. Well, Dan, I guess what you're asking, and Jordan, is if you're not familiar. I mean, maybe Jordan. Do you think he should be working
First
with?
of all, is Dan in a rush? Do I have to answer this quickly?
Yeah,
or can I take my
it
time?
sounds like he's got a car.
But I mean, well, why? I guess he didn't schedule this recording, so he had to deal with what he had available to him. But listen,
I'll be honest with you. You guys were running. I didn't think I would be attacked like this, but you guys are running behind schedule.
yeah, I mean
And I'm
that's
here,
fair to say.
We are running.
sitting
In
in my
fairness,
I apologize.
in
But
fairness, we are running behind schedule, and that is on us, Dan. And I apologize. And you were supposed to call with a question and talk to us quite a while ago. So you've got a
Yeah,
customer
I mean, I
who's.
didn't know this was going to be a bloodbath, Conan. I thought I was just calling in. You know, I'm just a guy from Fallbrook, just trying to get an answer, man. I'm not.
All right, listen.
not looking
And you know,
to start
I'm
trouble.
sorry-
Jason starts jumping on me.
Dan,
Like I'm
Dan,
attacking him or something.
Dan, I apologize. We kept you waiting, and I don't mean to have attached a chain to you and let it unspool and then jerk on it so that you would feel the jerk of the chain.
Guys, you know what? I only called in to try to get an answer about.
No,
that.
no,
okay, here's my answer. Here's my answer for Dan. All right, listen, I respect tradesmen more than most people would realize. I think that some tradesmen are masters of their craft. I had a Mazda RX-7 in the 90s, and it had a hole in the muffler.
Look, Jason, I appreciate the knowledge that you say you have, but I just need an answer. I mean, it's just.
Well, it
I'm
takes
already-
knowledge to give the answer, and
right.
there's a reasoning behind
Can
the
you
answer
hang on
that
one
I like.
second? Yeah, I know. I'm doing that right now. Okay. I'm
Jordan,
sorry, go
can I
ahead.
say something? Jordan, he's calling in, and you are the host of a show.
Guys,
and you're kind of
you
yelling
work
at him.
out your problems. Iron out your problems. I don't know if I really don't have time. Just yes or no.
Well-
Can I use my Stanley ratchet wrench? Can I fool somebody like that?
I don't know that you'd be fooling anybody by using a Stanley ratchet wrench. I'm going to assume that's an American imperial measure, not a metric measure. Nevertheless, you'll probably be working on both foreign and domestic cars. Yeah, I think you can get to work there with your ratchet wrench. And if there are electronics or modern computer technology to be learned, I think it'll be learned on the job. I would support this venture.
Would you write that down for me?
I did.
It's been recorded.
I've got the whole thing. Hey, Dan, let me ask you, did you feel like Jordan was kind of, I don't know what the terminology you'd use.
I'll tell you what I'd use. I'd tell you that I felt like he was impatient with me.
Yes.
And a know-it-all.
Yeah,
And
thank
a
you.
know-it-all.
He said know-it-all, and he's impatient. The way he talked to you, first of all, he says, I have great respect for tradesmen, and then he lectures you in a rude way, which I thought was insulting.
Totally down on that.
You're on Team Coco Radio, which is a big deal, by the way. That's Conan O'Brien Radio. You've heard of him.
Yes, I've heard of you, and I've never heard of Jordan, but I figured since you're there, maybe I could sidestep Jordan and just go right to you.
Well, I say, yes. I think you can probably fuck around with that wrench, walk around, say some bibble babble, and probably get them out the door and get your money. And then later on, if something goes wrong, say, well, it looked okay when I saw it. You know what I mean?
See, I understand, I understand Jason's sarcasm, but yours is just totally unappreciated.
What? I was
Because
not being sarcastic,
Play
sir.
it back. Play it back. Play it back.
Is there a way to play that? No, I don't think
not,
we need.
not in real time. It's live.
Eduardo, did you think I was being?
Not at all.
Not
You
at
know
all.
this is a bit.
What are you talking about?
This guy's like in Los Feliz right now.
Who
you
do you think-
understand that?
who do you think
This is
this-
clearly a bit. Is this
What are
like
you
Dana Carvey going to walk in here right now? Like, it's Dana Carvey on
Does
the
that
phone.
sound like Dana Carvey to you?
The man is a master at impressions. I'm telling you, you
Impressions of
obviously
what?
must realize
Impressions-
what kind of
Guys.
comedy professional are
Yes
you if you
or
don't
no?
realize this is clearly a bit.
Oh yeah,
Guys.
okay.
Guys.
Yeah, you know
guys,
what?
please.
Dana Carvey's most famous impression is Dan Gurski.
Do you understand now that you work in radio, you're going to get callers that do bits? You understand you're getting trolled.
not
Do you
getting-
not realize that? You're
No.
coming from the world of television where you're incredibly protected. Now you're exposed. You're being trolled right now, and you're
No.
answering this man sincerely with
I believe
earnest.
no. I believe this man. I believe this man exists. Dan Gurski from Fallbrook.
Ask me.
Is it
this
SKI
ridiculous.
or SKY? Okay,
I told
and
you,
is it Polish
you are
Russian?
not
Was the territory
PE,
part of
SKY,
Russia or
not
the Union
I.
of Soviet Socialist Republics, or was it part of Poland? Where's your family from, Gurski?
Jesus,
This is clearly
I
a
feel like
bit.
this
How are
is
you
how
being so
this
gullible?
is how you talk to people.
How are you being so gullible?
This is a terrible show. We're supposed to welcome our listeners.
Gurski respects me, whatever his real name may be. He respects me because I'm talking to him now like an equal. He's looking at you, laughing at you. You're so gullible. You're answering earnestly
Dan,
about the tool set he should
do you-
bring to work in
Dan,
Billings, Montana.
Do you feel respected when Jordan screamed at you?
Are you near Interstate 80, Gurski, in Montana? How far are you from 80? You're about 123 miles west of Missoula, did you say? Or was it east?
You gonna give me a chance to talk? Or you gonna just go babbling on with your Mr. Know-It-All big words?
I'm asking you the questions, Gurski. Tell me the answer to the question.
First of all, call him Dan.
I made an effort to learn his last name. He clearly was important to him. Of course I'm going to address him by his last name.
What? That's
Listen
no.
to me, you-
It's
Is
just,
it
Listen to me,
S-K-I
bozo.
or S-K-Y? Because our producer probably got that wrong, too.
Listen to me,
Jesus.
bozo. You tell me how
Actually,
I spell my name.
Bozo, a
Maybe I'm
term that
spelling
they
it wrong.
use in your area of
Actually,
Montana?
Excuse me, Dan. The Greeks call it bozo. Kablooey. Dan.
Welcome to radio. Welcome to radio.
Look at his
It's been
eyes.
25 long years in luxurious television, and
30.
now look at you here. You
30.
got Gurski on the line trolling you. You're
I'm not
coming
being
at him all
trolled.
innocent. I'll answer your question, Dan. I'll answer your sincere question. Welcome to radio, friend.
Well,
You know what that sound is?
Go ahead, Gurski. What do you got?
Do you know what that sound is you're hearing?
I heard the question. What's the answer?
The answer is, how do you spell my name? How do you spell my name?
Are we
Mr. So-and-so?
still treating this like a sincere question? What's the bit here, guys?
Answer the man's question.
I'm going to
I
say.
want to make sure you're listening to the question and you're not just running around in circles with your fancy 2-bit words.
You sound like, I'm going to say you sound like what we would call a Gentile. So I'm going to say you're SKI, and I'm going to say that you're GUR because you just sound like a U kind of guy, not an
Hey,
E kind of.
Conan,
yeah.
this dude be get canceled right away.
I know.
Call me a Gentile. He'd
I
be
know.
canceled right away.
You're yelling at him. Hey Gurski, what are you, a Gentile? I mean,
Yeah.
that's no way to do
Yeah.
the inaugural episode.
I think you should
Look, boys, I
apologize.
gotta go.
Are you in on this?
I gotta
Do
go,
you know
boys.
this guy?
No, you should apologize to him for that comment.
I know you respect me, Gurski, for acknowledging what's happening here when everyone in this room is oblivious. Or maybe this is like all on me and these guys hired this guy. Is this that guy Hank Flynn? Is this that guy Hank Flynn that we used to
You're talking,
get
listen,
a writer's
guys,
job in the 90s?
Guys, I'm going to ask you the question one more time.
Yes, sir.
Can I get away with using my Stanley
Yes.
ratchet set?
Yes,
at
I told you.
Radford's Garage and towing. That's
Yes.
all I wanted to know.
That's-
I didn't want this little, bratty girl fight around you guys and just, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Dan, I think it's time for people to know, and I hope you're okay with this, that this is not
You know
Dan.
what?
Dan Dan, you're a real prick sometimes. You know that about yourself, don't you?
You talking to me or the last caller?
I don't even know anymore. Dan, Dan Gurski's actually, he's a,
Yeah,
It's
what's the reveal?
the reveal.
That's me. It's Dan Gurski. What are you talking about? Not E-S-R-K, not I-Y.
Dan Gurski happens to be a good friend and one of the funniest people I know, Kevin Nealon.
Okay.
Okay, Kevin.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Dan. I was just doing a little bit here. I thought.
Jesus, when do you guys stop with this foolishness?
Hey, do you know? But you know Kevin Nealon, don't you? You've seen his work. Do you know him?
I know of him.
That's the
No,
number
I'm
one
talking to
job
Dan.
for.
Dan, do you know Kevin Nealon?
He's the guy I'm applying for the job for, the garage.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yes, I do know him.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure talking.
I'm embarrassed, Conan, to even say this is Kevin Nealon. I'll never get this time back in my life.
How are you, Kevin? You doing okay?
I was.
Well, thank you for calling in. When are you and I going to go out? You know that place you love to go where I always buy you the hash browns? When are we going to do that again? Hello?
Well,
Hello? Anyone there?
if I ever get off of this call, maybe we could do that
All
sometime.
right, okay, sorry. It's a busy man. All right, well, Jordan, can you say goodbye to Kevin Nealon?
Goodbye, Kevin. Thanks for joining
You know
us.
what? There's a little red thing down here that says leave, and then there's another one that says never come back again. You know which one I'm going to hit? You know which one I'm going to hit?
I have a feeling I know which one you're going to hit.
That's right.
I love you, Kevin. Look me in
Thanks
the
for
eye.
nothing.
All right, bye.
Bye.
That was a fun little excursion.
Well, you guys pulled out all the stops. I am honored. You recruited a celebrity. I'm flattered. Everything I said about this being radio and not as good as the podcast, and there are not as many people interested in what we're doing, I take back, because you clearly got some of the big guns here to talk about.
He's
fascinating.
He's one of my favorite funny people of all time, and hilarious.
I agree.
What did you recognize the voice?
No, I did not recognize the voice.
It was good. It was good.
Even after the reveal, I didn't recognize the voice.
But I give you credit for knowing that
Well,
it was set up.
I didn't realize you guys were in it. I'll say sincerely about Kevin Nealon, he's a guy, he's a dry guy, which is exactly the type of humor that I love.
Yes, he's very good. He's sharp. He's funny. You know what? I'm going to end this episode here because I'm going to say something. You and I, we fought nonstop. We bickered. We disagreed. We shouted at each other. I was angry at you. I think at times, to be honest, you were kind of irritated and angry with me. But then at the end, we agreed that Kevin Nealon has is one of the great dry wits of all time. And I think it's nice to end on a point of agreement.